Good morning, yard fanatics. Basically, I just want to give you a update on this Milorganite on BYD's personal yard. Okay, we had some issues here. One of the issues is we've had 5 days, basically going 6 days of drought. As you know, my yard is sitting on heavy clay. I've not watered my yard once this season. I don't have an irrigation system, and I got about 16,000 square feet of grass to maintain, so I'm not dragging a water hose all the way around. Water bill would just be too expensive. That's one of the reasons I kind of chose the Milorganite. Didn't have to worry about the burning issue when it came down to the drought. So I'm just tell you what's going on before I show it to you. As you know, the lawn was attacked by the lawn fungus, which a lot of yards have been attacked by this season, because we did have massive amounts of rains, humid summers here, where it was raining basically at night and it's still like 80 degrees plus. So you know, that brought along the lawn fungus, or whatever the case may be. That issue with the septic system, septic tank, where my septic tank set, had an issue with the grass growing around that. Normally, people who have septic tanks, most of them will sometimes have an issue with the actual grass growing around that. And the reason you have that problem, because the roots won't go shallow in the ground. Plus, that tank generates a lot of heat, and it's just hard to really keep grass there unless it's being watered like crazy. Now, if you have green grass just growing like crazy right above your septic tank, then you probably got a leak in your septic tank. But most of the time, you'll have a patch. Some people put stuff around it, you know, try to cover that particular spot up. But that's that issue. The other issue I'm battling is the drought. I got spots in my yard where it started to dry out. Some still, you know, not dehydrated. Let's put it like that. Where it's dehydrated at is brown, and that's not the lawn fungus. That's the actual drought that took over. And I still got some green spot. I bumped it up to right at 3 inches. Because when it, like I said, I'm a big fan of cutting your lawn, Bermuda lawn, between 1 to 2 inches. That's if you have an irrigation system, it's watered properly, and you can stay on top of it every 2, 3, 4 days of cutting. Normally I cut my yard twice a week. During the drought, I stepped back to once, because I still want it to look good, but I'm not actually cutting it. I'm just catching the going to seed plant of it. But other than that, the Milorganite is still doing good. And let me just go ahead and show you some footage. Okay, yard fanatics, I'm in the back of my property, and I'm gonna point some things out to you. You can see right in this area right there how it's kind of banned out. That's why I'm getting really some direct sun. Let me also point out to you, with these spots I'm pointing out, if you're doing this to your yard, you need to make a map of your yard, like an overhead map, and mark these bad spots or whatever on it, so you know how to treat it. Because what I know I need to do right there is actually aerate a little bit more and top dress it a little bit more to battle this heat. Because every year we have a drought every year in Georgia. I mean, it may rain, but you're gonna get a week or two where you just don't get no rain. And with my grass sitting on this heavy clay, it's ridiculous. The part that I planted, remember, is tolerating it a little bit more. It's actually tolerating a little bit more. It's not as dehydrated as the sod, but it's looking good. Now, you see these burnt spots? I'm gonna talk to you later. I actually used, like on that Dallas grass or weed type grass. If you can see it, you see it right there. You see it right there. Okay, I actually put some precision gel Roundup on those spots as a just an experiment, because I don't have it all over my yard, just in certain spots, and it actually worked. 3 days later, this is what I got, y'all. That's awesome. That's awesome. But we'll talk about that in another video. Let's walk around here. You see I got some dehydration right up in there, in that area. Now you can see where the sun is basically beaming down on my yard in the morning. It's morning time, so lots of dehydration right up in there. Okay, I treated the lawn with that Scott's lawn fungus control. You know, they actually killed right here, not the lawn fungus control, but that fungus killed. That's the only spot in my whole entire yard that I actually couldn't get to before the fungus took it out. But right there. Okay, let's go to the septic. Look at it now. It's toast. Toast. Toast, y'all. And I know people say, well, just top dress it and put some topsoil. None of that works. I've done that 3 or 4 times. And it's a heat issue coming from that tank that's destroying the grass. That's why I was relying on those top runners to spread. You can go back and check out. Matter of fact, I'll post a video, post a link in the description, and you'll see why I was using a particular tool to kind of aerate it and loosen up the soil and to try to help that those runners run across the top of it. Right now I'm still weed free. I hadn't had the spot spray or anything. Right here you can see it, that line all the way down. That's my water swell. The swell, when it rains, all the water collects or whatever. But you see it's still green, but in this area, I'm gonna point it out, all up in there, it's real compacted, because when it rains, it collects on my driveway and it comes all the way down through here. So how would I treat that? Aerate it real good and top dress it. I'll make a video about that. I'm just not actual top dressing, but I'll show you what I mean when I mean to top dress it, what I'm planning to achieve by doing that. Overall, the top, it's looking good. Got a lot of spots starting to fill in. I don't know if you can see that. That's kind of why it's a dip, but it's filling in. This particular area right here again, no grass, because I got this monstrous tree here, and the way I'm addressed that, I did a lot of cutting the bottom off. You can see I cleared out a lot of it, try to let some sunlight in here, but I want to get that branch right there. I'm cutting that joker off probably during the fall. I'm cutting that one off so I can allow some more sunlight to catch that area right there, because it's shaded out real bad. This particular strip, somebody didn't walk their dog through here. Idiots. Hate that, man. Listen, if you have a dog, keep your dog on a leash. Don't walk your dog to people's yards. Can't stand that, man. I take pride in my yard. I put a lot of effort and time into it. I don't have time for you to be walking Fido through my yard. But anyway, the strip, this particular strip always holds its color. Even in the drought, it stayed green. And you know, the reasons before that, because it's concreted all the way around. It holds a lot of moisture. Plus, I did a lot of top dressing on this right here. And it didn't wash away. I top dressed this a while back, maybe three years ago. No, I think it was 2 years ago. And that heavy rain washes it out. But when I top dressed it, I did not aerate it. My bad. That was my fault. I should have aerated it and top dressed it. But as you can see, the Milorganite still holding. You know, we got a little rain last night, just a little bit. You can see the little water collection down there. Wasn't much, maybe about an hour's worth, and it wasn't really even heavy. Now, this particular part of my lawn is the part that always get the beat up heat because I don't have any trees or anything protecting it. Whereas over there, I get a little shade to help shade that Bermuda after it gets about 8-9 hours of sun during the summertime. But over here, it's just high heat. And as you can see, all of that area right there, all down through here, all in right in there. That drought took care of that. But like I said, we gotta figure out when we can get that aerating in here. And right around in this area is still real green. I went down too far with the mower right there. My bad. It dipped when I ran out. Normally I have a tire on that side and a tire on that side when I come across it, but one of my tires went down right there, and when I tried to turn, it dipped down, made a gash in it, but that'll come back. So overall, the Milorganite is still fantastic fertilizer. Like I said, this will be the first full season. I got one more application I'll probably do. It's just going to depend on the weather. Mid-September, the website actually recommends October, but you know, I need to get this down kind of like a month before the that below 60-degree weather come in. So I don't know if we're gonna have a strong winter or not. It's almost like you had to almanac your yard. Look at the, you know, pay attention to the weather and base a lot of stuff on that fertilization. You can do those first three, well, actually the two in the middle, Memorial and July. You can do them on time, but the one Easter, it just depends on when the yard comes out of dormancy, and the last one depends on when it's gonna go back to dormancy. So right now, like I said, I'm cutting it at 3 inches. It's actually not at 3 inches. That's what I just got the mower height set to knock off those seed heads. That's when your Bermuda is actually going to seed, and that's actually another great indicator when you need to cut your yard. If you're trying to figure out, should I cut it now? Should I cut it later? Once you see those seed heads pop up, if your yard is doing that, cut it. If it's not doing that, then yeah, take the tape measure, stick it down there. I actually use my finger. You know, each digit of your finger represents an inch. So you know, if you pass this right here, cut it. Drought cutting, we're gonna stay right around about 3 inches on this Bermuda. This is common Bermuda. It's not Princess and Tiffway and all that stuff. This is just the standard Bermuda grass that they put down in your yard when they lay sod or whatever. And like I said, that's my update. Like I said, I'm still excited about the Milorganite. I just know that I need to do some certain things to help it along with a lot of aeration and top dressing at the same time, especially in these particular areas that you see me highlight. Also, remember I said, get a map of your yard, highlight those spots, and you know what you need to treat come next season to make it even better. Like I said, you don't get a perfect yard in one season. It has happened with some people, but they're using extreme synthetics, and I'm trying to stay away from that. I did use, like I said, synthetics on this yard twice to boost it along, but I did not go full strength. So like I said, stay tuned. Don't miss an episode. Subscribe. Click on the little bell thing down at the bottom, and I'll see you soon.